I just want to have a quick word because GIST Support UK, of which Barbara is chair and I'm a trustee, and there are other trustees around the room, and you're all aware of, I guess, are looking to increase awareness of GIST across the country. And to do that in a number of ways, including in hospitals themselves. So we're looking, everyone's eyes go down, we're looking for people, GIST patients or carers, or anyone else here for that matter, who could be a kind of hospital rep, if you like, at their local hospital or regular hospital they go to. And we're aiming eventually to build a network across as many hospitals as we can around the whole country. So please, I do ask each of you if you could have a careful think about whether you'd be willing to do that. Now, briefly, what it would entail is effectively being the liaison person between GIST Support UK and the hospital's oncology department, and doing things like ensuring that stocks of GIST leaflets and other literature are there and that supplies are maintained. Also, helping make sure that oncologists and others are aware of GIST Support UK and referring patients appropriately. And another specific task, actually, would be helping to ensure that the GIST tumour bank that Jane talked about before lunch is on people's radar in the hospitals, and that the letter that we've prepared, which you may have seen earlier. Right, yes, Andy will talk about it in a minute. I'm preempting him. But anyway, there will be a letter about the tumour bank, which we've drafted. And really, we need to make sure that that gets to every surgeon and oncologist possible. It's when a patient is due to have a GIST-related operation. So that's some of the tasks. There will no doubt be a number of other tasks which will emerge. But in summary, it's really generally building a relationship with the hospital's oncology department, and in that, the oncologists, CNS, community nurse, clinical nurse specialists, and other staff, and in other relevant places. So, if you're interested, please do fill in one of our "How can I get involved?" bits of paper, which you may have already picked one up at the beginning on the welcome desk, but if not, please do afterwards.
On the patient survey, they can fill it in there.
Or on the patient survey.
But leave your contact information.
Okay. But please leave your contact information. Any more lines?
No.
And which hospital? And which hospital you're under. And then we'll contact you and connect with you and do the rest. Equally, if you want to talk to me or Barbara or one of the other trustees over tea, then please do so. Or equally, if you just want to know more at this stage, talk to one of us again. Anything I missed?
I think you covered it nicely. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is Nick going to talk
Just
now?
on the same subject, we've had a significant number of these posters printed off, asking the question, could it be GIST? And obviously it's identifying the most common sort of symptoms that patients present with, because unfortunately in the medical profession GIST isn't always that well known. It's not a standard part of the curriculum that doctors are taught when they're at medical school, etc. Similarly, GP surgeries, patients, we get often patients saying that they've actually gone repeatedly to their doctor with, you know, bloating, indigestion, and been told, you know, possibly it's something else, or that they're imagining they've got a problem or a neurotic or something. And it's probably because they aren't aware of the fact that GIST exists. So we've got a lot of these posters out there on the desk out at the front. So if you could take some of them and make sure they get pinned up in your local GP surgery, it's part of the education process as much as anything, and raising awareness generally, and locally in your hospital as well. The more people that see this, the more people will become aware that GIST actually is something that exists, and hopefully we'll get an increased number of people recognising the symptoms and identifying GIST patients earlier, and hopefully having their GIST removed while it's still possible to cure. So thank you very much if you can.
You had a question?
Thank you.
I'm just imagining would a letter of introduction of some sort from GIST UK. Speak up.
I'll repeat it back.
You just turn up off the door.
It's a good point. The question was, would a letter of introduction from GIST Support UK to the hospital help? So I'll turn to the chair for an answer.
I think that's a very good idea, and we'll definitely draft one. And what we could do is make it available from the website, put it up online somewhere you could download it. I don't know, is that wise? Perhaps you better email us and we'll email you one back. That's probably so we don't get all kinds of internet spam rubbish.
And interlopers. Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Tim. And now Nick Puntis, another of our trustees, is going to tell us about another initiative. I don't. Would you like to clip this on? I've been holding it for people to hear.
Can you hear me?
This is for the
That's for
recording.
the recording.
Oh,
So either you clip it on or I
Hello.
hold it.
right. By the way, what Tim has just said about leaflets, my role within the trustees is to distribute leaflets. So if anybody's asked for leaflets, I'm the person that sends them to you. So there's a link on our website that sends an email to me, and I then send you the leaflets that you need. That goes for any publication. We would always, in the first instance, ask that you take the downloadable versions that are on the website before asking for a hard copy, or instead of asking for a hard copy. But it's there if you need it. What I want to have a quick word about is fundraising. The reason that we exist, or are able to exist, to do things like what we're doing today, and all the other bits, the leaflets that we produce and the awareness of everything, is through fundraising, through people making grants to us, be that Novartis, Pfizer, or the general public. And the more money that we raise, the more that we are able to do for the GIST community. We, for example, made a grant last year, I think it was, to Professor Judson at Marsden to do a research project on GIST tumour analysis. We, as trustees, are looking for, or will be very soon, looking for the next grant that we can offer as a way for people to apply to us in order for them to do research to help ultimately find a cure for GIST. So what I'm really asking is, any fundraising that anybody feels that they can do for GIST will be very, very happily welcomed by us. You know, we've had people that have done 70s discos and raised money. It doesn't matter how much it is. Tabletop sales, bingo, golf days. We've also had people that have left money to GIST Support UK in their wills. You know, which it doesn't happen that often, but you tend to find a lot of people don't know where to sort of what to do with their money. They want to give it to a charity. Well, it might not be a nice thing to think about, but maybe mention GIST UK to them if it's a relative or a close friend. With that in mind, a friend of mine, my best friend, decided that he wanted to run the London Marathon. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but he decided he would like to do that. And he said he would like to raise the money for GIST Support UK. And can you open that? Yeah. Can you open that? And he finished the London Marathon in a time of 4 hours, 15 minutes, something like that, and raised £1,836 to date. And I'd like to present this cheque to Barbara on behalf of Just Support UK, and his name's Robert Bill. He's on the website as well for raising that money. So in his absence, I think we ought to give him a round of applause.